Remember 11, there's more to go. Here's another interesting note I found here. The meanings behind the BGM titles. Chaining a behavioral sequence. The way that chaotic speech and actions are linked with each other and connected one by one. Scheming, duh. The plan formed within the walls of the Inhuman Research Institute. Does that refer to Leiblich? Anima, the inner self. The face of the feminine within the masculine in Jungian psychology. Animus. Intentions, violent hostility. The face of the masculine within the feminine. This is Kokoro and Satoru, respectively, I believe. Persona, the restrained self that one presents to the other people. That was Lin, I believe. Old wise man, symbol of wisdom, father figure. Yomogi, obviously. One who will put you to the test. Great mother. Utsumi. That side of her has made her an object of worship, held inseparably close, until she is transfigured, and simultaneously becomes the maternal body which carries the deepest darkness. Shadow. Hotori. In Bushikego. Individualistic shadow and the omnipresent shadow. To the person in question, their shadow is something which they hate. An entity which is one's polar opposite, possessed of a primal darkness. The more it is repressed, the stronger it becomes. Pure Aetinus, the eternal boy, associated with the illusion and mysteries of Greece, and their principal god or priest Iakos. Blah. Not well suited to everyday society. Trickster, Yuni. Disordered soul which rejects all boundaries. Destroys all order, and defies all social conventions. Yuni. 2012 Yuni specifically, he will use cunning and trickery to get what he wants from his opponent. At his most extreme, he will deceive even monarchs or gods without a moment's notice. Hesitation, and by giving what he gains to the mortal populace, he becomes a mythical hero. You will be missed, Yuni. Self, quickening self, communication contact, anxiety and knees, clue. Paranoia and monomania. Originating internally, the will, thoughts, and actions all become irregular, gradually growing more and more disordered, and eventually reaching the point of a persistent set of delusions. Fear and insanity, obviously. Thanatos. Good old Thanatos, the god who personified death, a Freudian term, the internal instinct towards self-destruction. Delusive consciousness, a delusional consciousness. Who would have thunk it? Mantra, yes, a true word. Originates from a song of praise in the Vedic texts. Multiple maze, intricacies of mental awareness, bewilderment, agitation, and confusion. Dreamy lens. Imagining something which calms the heart. That is a very calming song. The piano version is very sad. Very sad and emotional. I like it. I was thinking about putting that on my emotional song list. Dark Gestalt. Gestalt, a single entity such as a shape or melody, which is a part of a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. However, though part of a whole, it contains its own structure and significant meaning, and retains its own shape even when changes are undergone. Will theme. That's also a pretty epic song, that. Process within the mind in which conscious thoughts and actions are independently carried out. The energy of awareness is said to be another of its sides. Catharsis. I'm not reading this one. I'm tired of reading. These are the negative emotions. I read anyway. All or none. The theme of the game. The title theme. And all or none, I actually prefer the non-piano version. The one that plays like when we die. Delta wave. 0.5 and 4 Hertz. Sound sleep. In newborns as well as adults, appears during the deep sleep stages. Theta wave appears during REM sleep. Alpha wave. Brain is at rest. Occipital lobe. Only rarely observed in the forebrain. Open beta wave. Active thinking. Heuristic. One method for problem solving. Using trial and error to evaluate a group of potential choices until the right one is confirmed. And nucleus. Cool. Meanwhile, stuff is happening. We just came to an interesting realization.
どうしてって言われてもな。俺の時計だってほら12時だし。見てわかんないのか。腕時計だよ。そんなのわかってるってば。どう
Yes?
してこんなものサトルが持ってるの。
You don't wear it.
どうしてってそれは時計を売ってる店に行ってお金と交換
I
しても
get
らっ
it.
たのだ。
Kokoro was recording the times from Satoru's alarm clock. She didn't know he had a wristwatch.
つまりこれはサトルの腕時計。
Which means
ちょっと待って
all of
なんで
Kokoro's...
そんなこと聞くんだ。まさかお前この時計を見たことがないとか言い出さないよな。言い出しちゃダメなの。
Tell me.
おいおいおい、マジかよマジかよマジっすか。マジっす。じゃあお前は今までこ
Ha.
のスフィアでどうやって時間を確かめてたんだよ。サトルの部屋に置いてあった。
Ah.
それで確かめてます。
All movement stopped.
心さっきこう言ったよな。部屋を出た時は12時32分だって。その時間はどっちを見て分かったんだ。今お前がはめてる腕時計か。目覚まし時計の。いや、
Ah.
やっぱりそういうことか。そういうこと。
It solved the discrepancies in Kokoro's times that she
あの部屋
wrote
に置い
down.
てある目覚まし時計は
33.
ここまで来るのに1分かかったとすればおそらく33分。あの時計は常に33分先の時間を示してたってわけだ。
Which would explain why their times lined up at the first time. It's created the whole dilemma that kept us from figuring out that there is more than 30... that there was an extra time until the last day.
たったそれだけのことだったんだ。またなんか変な現象が発生したんじゃないかと心配しちゃったよ。お前のんきでいいな。
Oh.
もう何も言わないで勝手に行かないでよ。待ってよ待ってよサトル。
Hurry up, Kokoro. Out of the circle together. Oh. Where's Satoru again? Almost didn't notice the change there. Now there's the blue dialogue box. Uh-oh. Oh, bugger.
サトルサトル濡れちゃったよ。
Well, it wasn't my fault. Oh. Eventually.
あ、見て見てサトル、ヨモギさんたちがいるよ。おーいみんな。
Much more loudly than necessary. Of course.
一つなのが一つのままでいるのと一つなのが半分こになっちゃうのは
One staying
全
as
然
one,
違うんだよ。
and one suddenly becoming halved, you know?
半分こ。
Ah, there's Lin. I was worried about her for a second. They shouldn't be acquainted with one another. What could they be talking about? Where is Yuni? Unless... Yuni? Yuni! Hello, Yuni. How'd you know, trickster? That was kind of aggravating. Let's ask him.
なんで今まで黙ってた？とぼけんな。お前は避難小屋にいたユニと同時に1月17日に救助隊によって発見されたユニでもある。その前にね、お前はスフィアにいて、俺や内海さんや小鳥と共に7日間を過ごしてきた。ということは、避難小屋にいたお前はスフィアで起きた全てのことを知っていたということになる。もちろんそれだけ。
That's not all. He's essentially played the game once already and just went back and put himself in a shelter cabin. Silly Yuni. Silly Yuni and your New Game Plus tactics. True. It was. True, we're out of everything. We've all moved on. Alright, I'm game. I didn't want to change the past. The Sphere events. Spent the past year working toward that goal. Wow. Wow. Okay. To not change the past, you'd had to go back and put yourself in a shelter cabin. Yes. It's impressive that you made it there, up the mountain there. No, you put yourself in the shelter cabin in that first transfer. Okay. Okay. They wandered out at the right time. Just so we could start. You mean so they could start swapping areas and our adventure could start. And Kokoro could essentially come into contact with Satoru in their own way. You mean unknown to the government task force's headquarters. Yes. Which is why he insisted on that in Kokoro's route, that they make the call.